They told us these were just stories, whispers carried through generations, tales meant to entertain the young and comfort the old. But ancient voices do not fade so easily. What if the myths were not just stories, but memories? Memories of forgotten kingdoms, of gods who walked among mortals, of battles carved into the bones of the earth. Listen closely, the past is speaking again. This is echoes of the gods. In the dawn of time, before humanity etched its first story in stone, the cosmos was ruled by two powerful brothers, sons of the sky god Anu. Their names were Enki and Enlil, and their epic rivalry would shape the very fabric of creation and the destiny of mankind. This is the story of a cosmic war, a tale of wisdom versus command, of water versus air, a conflict that still echoes in the myths we tell today. Enki, whose name means Lord of the Earth, was the master of the cosmic ocean, the Abzu. He was the god of wisdom, magic, and creation. Imagine him, a divine artisan, sculpting the world with water and clay, his mind a deep well of knowledge and ingenuity. He was the keeper of the sacred tablets, divine decrees that held the blueprints for civilization, for everything from kinship to craftsmanship. Enki was not just a creator. He was a protector, a compassionate god who saw potential in the fledgling life forms taking shape on the planet. Then there was Enlil, lord of the air, the wind, and the storm. If Enki was the deep, thoughtful ocean, Enlil was the raging tempest, the undeniable force of command. He was Anu's heir, the executor of divine will, wielding power with an iron fist. His voice was the thunder that split the heavens, his decree the lightning that struck the earth. Enlil was the god of order, authority, and judgment, believing that the cosmic hierarchy must be maintained at all costs. For him, the universe was a kingdom, and he was its uncompromising regent. The tension between them was palpable from the very beginning. Enki, the clever younger brother, was often seen as the more approachable of the two. He reveled in creation, in the messy, beautiful process of bringing life into being. He was a trickster, a problem solver, a god who wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. The Sumerian texts depict him as a benevolent figure, one who valued innovation and empathy. Enlil, on the other hand, was distant, formidable, and easily angered. He demanded absolute obedience. While Enki saw humanity as a project to be nurtured, Enlil often saw them as a noisy, chaotic nuisance, a disruption to the divine order he so fiercely guarded. His temple in the city of Nippur was the center of the Sumerian world, the place where destinies were decided and judgments were passed. It was from here that he unleashed his storms and issued his commands, his power unquestioned. Their first major clash revolved around the creation of humanity itself. The lesser gods, the Ikigai, were weary from their toil, their labor of digging canals and maintaining the earth for the high gods. Their complaints reached the heavens, and it was Enki who devised the solution. Using his profound wisdom, he proposed the creation of a new being, a Lulu, a primitive worker, to take on the burden of the gods. He, along with the mother goddess Ninhursag, would fashion this new creature from the clay of the Abzu, infusing it with the essence of a slain god to grant it intelligence. This was the birth of humankind. But Enlil was not pleased. He saw these new beings as a potential threat. They were noisy, they multiplied too quickly, and their presence disturbed his divine peace. The rivalry wasn't just about power anymore. It was a fundamental disagreement on the value of human life. Enki saw his creation as a wonder, a reflection of divine ingenuity. Enlil saw it as a mistake, a problem to be solved. This philosophical divide would lead to one of the most famous events in mythology, the Great Flood. As humanity grew in number, so did their noise. Enlil, enraged by the constant clamor, decided to wipe the slate clean. He convinced the divine assembly to unleash a cataclysmic flood to destroy all of humanity. He made the other gods swear an oath of secrecy, forbidding them from warning the mortals. But Enki, bound by the oath not to speak directly to a human, could not stand by and watch his creation be annihilated. In a stroke of genius, he devised a loophole. He went to the reed hut of a pious man named Ziusudra, also known as Utnapishtim or Atrahasis in other versions, and spoke not to the man, but to the wall of the hut. He said, reed wall, listen to my words. Demolish your house and build a boat. Abandon your possessions and save your life. Through the wall, Ziusudra heard the god's warning. He built a massive ark, gathering his family and the seeds of all living things, just as Enki instructed. When the floodwaters came, unleashed by endless fury, they scoured the earth, washing away civilization. For 6 days and 6 countless nights, the storm raged. When the waters finally receded, the gods looked down upon a world of silence. They had what they wanted, but the reality was horrifying. Even Enlil, upon seeing the devastation, felt a pang of regret. It was then that Sudra's boat landed on a mountaintop. When Enlil saw the survivors, he was furious. Who has survived? No man was to live through the destruction. He roared. It was then that Enki stepped forward, revealing his role in saving humanity. He confronted his brother, arguing that punishment should be proportional, that total annihilation was unjust. Instead of a flood, Enki argued, let lions and wolves diminish their numbers. Let famine and pestilence plague them, but do not destroy them completely. In a rare moment of concession, Enlil relented. He blessed Sudra and his wife, granting them immortality and a place among the gods. Humanity was given a second chance, all thanks to the compassionate defiance of Enki. This dynamic of the compassionate creator versus the stern sky father is not unique to Sumeria. Look across the world and you see echoes of this cosmic brotherhood. In many African traditions, we find twin deities who embody opposing yet complementary forces. Take the Yoruba Orishas, for example. You have figures who represent wisdom and creativity, and others who represent fierce, raw power, their interactions driving the cosmic narrative. This isn't just a story. It's an archetype, a fundamental pattern in human storytelling that explains the dualities of our existence: creation and destruction, mercy and judgment, order and chaos. The war between Enki and Enlil wasn't fought with just storms and floods. It was a battle of wits and wills. Another famous tale involves the goddess Inanna, Enki's great-granddaughter, who journeys to his watery realm of Eridu. She challenges her ancestor to a drinking contest and, using her charm, manages to trick the intoxicated Enki into giving her the sacred tablets, the very blueprints of civilization. As she speeds away in her skyboat, a sobered Enki realizes his mistake and sends his monstrous servants to retrieve the tablets. But Inanna, powerful in her own right, fends them off and triumphantly brings the gifts of civilization to her city of Uruk. This story showcases Enki's fallibility but also his ultimate generosity, as he eventually accepts Inanna's victory, allowing humanity to flourish. Enlil, in contrast, was rarely so forgiving. His domain was the terrestrial world, the air we breathe, the laws we follow. Enki was the subterranean ocean of fresh water, the source of life, but also the realm of the subconscious, of deep wisdom and hidden knowledge. Their conflict represents the eternal struggle between structure and freedom, between the established order and the drive to innovate. Enlil represents the laws that govern society, the rigid systems that provide stability. Enki represents the spark of genius, the rebellion, the new idea that challenges the status quo but ultimately pushes civilization forward. Humanity was caught in the middle of this divine struggle. We were endless subjects, bound by his laws and subject to his wrath. But we were also Enki's children, gifted with the spark of his intelligence and the capacity for creation. Our very existence is a testament to this duality. We build societies with laws and order, yet we constantly strive to break boundaries with art, science, and philosophy. We are born of endless world, but we carry Enki's spirit within us. So, who won this cosmic war? In a way, neither did, and both did. Endless authority remained, establishing the framework for kingdoms and empires. But Enki's legacy endured through the survival and ingenuity of humankind. He ensured that knowledge, art, and civilization were not just gifts for the gods, but the birthright of humanity. The tale of Enki and Enlil is more than just an ancient myth. It's a profound story about our own nature. It's the battle between the part of us that seeks security and order, and the part that craves knowledge and freedom. It's the tension between tradition and progress, between obeying the rules and daring to create our own. These two cosmic brothers, locked in an eternal rivalry, are not just distant gods in the sky. They are the twin forces that reside within us all, forever shaping our destiny. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into one of history's greatest stories. If you found this journey as fascinating as we did, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more echoes from the ancient world. Let us know in the comments which mythological battle you'd like us to explore next. Until then, keep questioning.